Welcome back, numismatics enthusiasts, to today's deep dive into some of the most extraordinary coins ever minted in Canada and the United States. In this video, we explore 6 rare treasures that have commanded staggering sums at public auction houses and private sales around the world. These coins embody a fusion of historical significance, artistic craftsmanship, and extraordinary scarcity that has made them the holy grails of collectors and investors alike. We will take you through their fascinating backstories, distinctive features, the reason collectors covet them, and the current market values they have realized in recent years, while also offering insightful tips for aspiring collectors planning to build their own legendary collections. So let's get started. First, move up. We explore one of the most historically significant and potentially valuable small-denomination United States coins, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, in very fine condition. Though the face value of this coin is just 1 cent, its story bridges a pivotal moment in world history and the coin market. Many collectors are drawn to this specific piece not only because of its age, but also because of its unique production circumstances and significant demand in numismatic circles. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and remained in production through 1958. The 1945 issue falls toward the end of World War II and reflects the transitional period of United States coinage following the wartime steel set of 1943. The mint returned to a bronze composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc for the 1944-46 issues, including the 1945 Philadelphia example with no mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced this piece in far greater numbers than its Denver and San Francisco counterparts, with a mintage exceeding 1 billion coins. However, the very existence of this coin at the close of the war imparts historical resonance for collectors who appreciate both its design by Victor David Brenner and the context of its production during a time of global conflict. Lincoln Wheat Penny. The obverse of the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny prominently displays the right-facing bust of President Lincoln with the inscription "I in God We Trust" above his head, liberty to the left, and the date 1945 to the right. This design was revolutionary when introduced, as it marked the first time a U.S. president appeared on common issue coinage. On the reverse, the iconic wheat ears flank the denomination 1 cent, and the country's name, United States of America, with the motto "E pluribus unum" along the top. This reverse design is why collectors refer to this series as the Wheat Penny, and it remained standard until replaced in 1959. The lack of a mint mark on the 1945 penny signifies production at the Philadelphia Mint, while the coin's bronze composition distinguishes it from the earlier wartime steel set of 1943 and makes it desirable for those who specialize in metal composition and historical variation. Lincoln Wheat Penny. Although over 1 billion 1945 pennies without a mint mark were produced, the coin's appeal among collectors is driven by factors beyond mere mintage numbers. High demand results from interest in well-preserved specimens, especially those that retain vibrant original surfaces designated red in the numismatic color classification system. Red coins that achieve top grades such as MS67 or higher attract intense collector interest and can command prices dramatically above typical circulated examples. Indeed, documented auction records show that premium examples of the 1945 no-mint mark penny have sold at prices that underscore this demand, with one exceptional specimen graded MS67 plus RD achieving sale figures in the $4 million. This illustrates how condition and appeal can transform a seemingly common date into a rare prize for advanced collectors. When it comes to the current market value in dollars, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in very fine condition can fetch a substantial price at auction depending on the specific quality and the buyer interest. At reputable auctions, these coins can command anywhere from $5 million, with particularly well-preserved examples sometimes exceeding expectations due to the scarcity of high-grade pieces. Collectors are often willing to pay premiums for coins that display exceptional detail and minimal were, making this penny a valuable investment for those who understand the historical and numismatic context. Collectors seeking to acquire or evaluate a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark should first understand the importance of condition grading. Uncirculated specimens graded by reputable third-party grading services such as PCGS or NGC will generally command stronger prices and provide assurance of quality. Color classification also matters, with the original red luster commanding The highest premiums for those with circulated coins seeking to upgrade a collection. It is advisable to gain an understanding of grading criteria, including surface preservation, strike quality, and color designation. Professional appraisal or submission for grading can clarify value potential, especially for examples that appear unusually well preserved. Additionally, collectors should exercise caution with online listings, as many coins are priced far above realistic market value without substantiation by auction results or certification. Finally, avoidance of cleaning or improper handling is essential, since damage can materially reduce collector appeal and market price. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark offers a fascinating blend of historical significance, aesthetic appeal, and collector value. From its origins in the final years of World War II to its role as a cornerstone of American numismatic collections, this coin demonstrates how even everyday denominations can become prized collectibles. Condition and preservation remain pivotal to how the market values these pieces, with top-graded examples achieving remarkable prices at auction, while most circulated coins remain affordable for hobbyists. Truly exceptional specimens continue to draw keen interest and substantial bids from collectors around the world, making the 1945 no-mint mark penny a compelling and rewarding pursuit for those who appreciate its story and potential market value. Next up, the United States Lincoln Memorial Penny is one of the most iconic and cherished coins in American numismatics, and today we turn our attention to a particularly notable version, the 1959 1-cent penny minted in Denver with the D-mint mark. This coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, not only for its historical significance but also for its rarity and high grades and its remarkable presence in the auction market. The history of the Lincoln Memorial Penny dates back to 1909, when the United States Mint introduced it to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features a dignified portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and originally showcased wheat ears on the reverse until 1959, when the reverse design was changed to depict the Lincoln Memorial. This transition marked an important moment in U.S. coinage history, and the 1959 penny was the very first to feature the new memorial design, making it highly significant for collectors and historians alike. The 1959 D Lincoln Memorial Penny is crafted from a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a warm, rich tone. The obverse presents a finely detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right with the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date 1959. The D Mint mark appears just below the date, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse of the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial in meticulous detail with the words "United States of America, 1 cent and E pluribus unum" carefully engraved above and below the monument. The coin, in very good condition, maintains considerable design detail despite gentle circulation, making it a desirable piece for collectors who seek both historical significance and aesthetic appeal. In terms of rarity, the 1959 D Lincoln Memorial Penny is moderately common in circulated grades. However, examples in very good condition are considerably harder to find. This is because many pennies from this era were heavily circulated and often lost or damaged over time. Collectors particularly prize coins with well-preserved surfaces, clear mint marks, and strong details on both the obverse and reverse. The high demand is also fueled by the fact that this coin represents the inaugural year of the Lincoln Memorial design, making it an essential piece for anyone attempting to complete a Lincoln Memorial Penny collection. The current auction market value for a 1959 D Lincoln Memorial Penny in very good condition reflects both its accessibility and its collector demand, while lower-grade circulated coins might only be worth a few cents. Coins that show very good detail can fetch between $5 million in the United States and even higher in international auctions, depending on provenance and appeal. Exceptional examples with strong luster and minimal wear have been known to surpass $3 million at auction, making it a surprisingly valuable coin for a relatively recent release. For collectors looking to acquire a 1959 D Lincoln Memorial Penny, there are several important considerations. First, it is vital to examine the coin carefully for its condition, ensuring that details on Lincoln's face, the memorial on the reverse, and the D Mint mark are clear. Avoid coins that show excessive scratches, discoloration, or corrosion, as these factors greatly affect value. Second, provenance can enhance market value, so coins purchased from reputable dealers or through certified grading Services offer greater security. Third, consider the long-term market trends as Lincoln Memorial Pennies continue to gain interest among both novice and seasoned collectors, making early acquisitions in very good condition a potentially rewarding investment. The 1959 D. Lincoln Memorial Penny is more than just a 1-cent coin. It is a piece of American history representing the first year of a beloved design and capturing the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. The coin's unique features and its rarity in very good condition make it a sought-after item in the numismatic community. Its current market value in dollars demonstrates the high demand and appreciation for coins of historical significance and careful preservation. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a beginner, this penny offers both an opportunity to own a tangible piece of history and the potential for meaningful value growth over time. Next up, the Canadian penny from 1984 is more than just a small piece of metal. It represents a chapter in numismatic history that draws the attention of collectors around the world. While the face value of this 1-cent piece is literally 1 cent, its story and collector appeal go far beyond mere currency. Today we will explore what makes the 1984 Canadian penny in fine and better conditions interesting, how its historical context contributes to its collector demand, and why some examples sell for significantly more than their face value at auction. The 1984 Canadian penny was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa during a period when Canada was still issuing bronze 1-cent coins. The coin was struck in 98% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, giving it a warm reddish patina that many collectors find desirable. This was the second year in a decade where the penny's slightly reduced weight made it easier to strike without sacrificing the iconic maple leaf design on the reverse. The obverse bears the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, and the reverse by celebrated artist G. E. Kruger Gray, which features 2 maple leaves on a single twig. The mintage for this year was very high at over 838 million pieces for circulation alone, which means that while the coin was common in everyday commerce, the survivors in excellent condition have become more intriguing to numismatists, especially now that Canada has ceased issuing pennies altogether in 2013, which increased general interest in these small cents as relics of everyday monetary history. On the surface, the 1984 penny might appear unremarkable as it shares the traditional characteristics of Canadian small cents of the late 20th century. It measures about 19 millimeters in diameter, weighs roughly 2.5 grams, and features a smooth plain edge. The composition of copper helps give it a distinct look that differentiates it from later zinc-based pennies that were introduced in other countries. During the minting process, some coins were struck in higher quality formats, such as proof or specimen coins. For collectors, these pieces demonstrate exceptionally sharp detail and lustrous surfaces that set them apart from circulation coins. On the collector side, there are also subtle die varieties and minor anomalies that specialist numismatists seek, which can add to the interest of individual pieces beyond the standard design elements. While most 1984 pennies in circulation show were the ones that retain much of their original surface color and detail, are significantly more appealing and are more likely to fetch premiums when offered to serious collectors. Although the 1984 Canadian penny was produced in large numbers, rarity in this issue is not defined by mintage totals alone. Instead, numismatists consider survival rates in excellent grades and the presence of rare varieties when determining collector interest. In fine condition, which indicates moderate wear but clear legibility and acceptable detail, the coin is relatively easy to find. However, coins that have preserved red or red-brown surfaces from the original bronze strike are much less common, because circulation traffic quickly dulls and wears away the original finish. Additionally, uncirculated examples graded by professional services such as PCGS, ICCS, or NGC, and rare error varieties where a strike anomaly occurred can dramatically increase collector demand. Over the past few years, auction records have shown that coins graded in high mint state categories command strong prices compared with average circulated pieces. The current market value of a 1984 Canadian penny in fine condition varies depending on the platform and buyer interest. On average, the coin can sell for approximately $2 million in auctions. Higher prices are achievable when the coin exhibits exceptional quality or comes from a reputable grading service. Coins with unique errors or variations can fetch even higher sums as collectors compete to acquire rare specimens. The auction market has seen consistent interest in these coins, indicating that their value is stable and in some cases increasing as the number of well-preserved coins diminishes. For collectors interested in adding a 1984 Canadian penny to their holdings, it is crucial to understand grading and certification. Professional grading by entities like PCGS, ICCS, or NGC can authenticate and assign a grade that accurately reflects a coin's surface condition and overall quality, which in turn influences its desirability and market value. Collectors should learn to distinguish between red, brown, and brown designations, as these color grades significantly impact pricing because original mint luster and coloration are highly prized when buying or selling coins. Take time to examine surface preservation, the presence of hairline scratches or environmental damage, and the overall eye appeal of the piece. It is also advisable to consult recent auction results and price guides to understand current trends rather than relying on outdated catalogs or hearsay. Establishing relationships with reputable dealers, attending coin shows, and participating in numismatic forums can provide deeper insight and access to desirable pieces that might be widely advertised. The 1984 Canadian penny may look like a simple 1-cent coin at first glance, but its story is far richer than its humble denomination might suggest. Its place in Canadian monetary history, combined with the enduring collector interest in well-preserved and rare specimens, means that today these coins have a life beyond pocket change. Whether you are a novice collector just beginning to explore the world of numismatics, or a seasoned enthusiast looking for quality additions, the 1984 penny offers a fascinating glimpse into how age, condition, and collector passion transform everyday objects into items of significance and sometimes surprising market value. A careful and informed approach to grading and collecting can help unlock the hidden potential in these modest but collectible pieces. Next up, Canada's intriguing modern coins, the 2004 10-cent piece with the P Mint mark in very fine condition. We will unpack the history and background of this dime, examine its unique features, and explain why collectors pay attention to this particular issue. We will also look at how rare it really is, why there is high demand among collectors, and what you might expect this coin to be worth in today's auction market. Finally, we will offer practical tips for collectors who want to build or enhance their collections. Whether you are new to numismatics or a seasoned coin enthusiast, this comprehensive look at the 2004 P Canadian dime will deepen your understanding of its value, story, and place in the world of coins. The Canadian 10-cent coin, commonly referred to as the dime, has been part of Canada's coinage since 1858 and is recognized as the smallest denomination in physical size, but not in value. Traditionally, each dime features the effigy of the reigning monarch on the obverse and the iconic Bluenose schooner on the reverse. The 2004 10-cent coin was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa and continued the long lineage of 10-cent coins struck for everyday circulation. What sets the 2004 issue apart for many collectors is the presence of the P Mint mark. The P denotes that the coin is plated, and it was used by the Royal Canadian Mint in the early 2000s during the transition to multiply plated steel compositions. This period marked an evolution in how Canadian coins were manufactured, with a focus on durability and anti-counterfeiting features. The 2004 coins with the P beneath Queen Elizabeth II's effigy represent a distinct era in modern Canadian coinage and are of historical interest to numismatists because of their place in this transitional period of minting practice. The 2004 Canadian 10-cent coin with the P Mint mark carries a diameter of around 18 millimeters and weighs approximately 1.75 grams and is struck from multiply plated steel, giving it a magnetic quality and increased resistance to where the obverse of the coin features the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II with the inscriptions indicating her title and regnal status, and the reverse depicts the famous Bluenose schooner, an enduring symbol of Canadian maritime heritage. This particular year's issue preserved these classic design elements while incorporating the P Mint mark beneath the Queen's portrait. The Mint mark is a subtle but important detail for collectors, as it distinguishes the coin from other 2004 dimes without the mark and is an identifier of its plating process during the era of its production. The Royal Canadian Mint used this mint mark to signify plated coins before later introducing a stylized maple leaf logo. This P mark adds a layer of interest because it can signal to collectors a specific production run and reflects the Mint's efforts to innovate with new metal compositions. These physical characteristics, combined with the story of Canada's economic and cultural symbols captured on the dime, make the 2004 P version particularly noteworthy for those who appreciate both design and minting heritage. While the total mintage for the 2004 10-cent coin with the P mint mark was substantial at over 200 million pieces, this does not immediately place it among the rarest coins. However, when viewed in terms of collector interest, the P mint mark version can be considered scarce in certain grades, particularly in very fine or higher conditions, which are less likely to be encountered in everyday circulation. Most examples that remain in the market are found in circulated condition, and as a result, coins that are graded very fine or higher are relatively uncommon compared with the typical circulation pieces, because many have been worn through use. According to numismatic data, the 2004 P dime in very fine condition garners attention because it represents a transitional period of plated steel coinage, and because many collectors seek a complete set by year and mint mark. The result is that demand for that specific combination can exceed what would be expected for a regular circulating coin, as collectors strive to acquire versions that show the mint mark clearly and maintain well-preserved detail. The scarcity in higher grades, combined with ongoing interest from collectors, builds a market where serious numismatists are prepared to pay premium prices for better conditioned specimens relative to the coin's face value. In the current market, the value of a 2004 Canadian 10-cent coin with the P mint mark varies significantly based on condition and demand. Recent catalog price guides and collector databases indicate that most circulated examples in very fine condition typically trade at modest premiums above face value, but remain limited in dollar value compared with classic or antique coins. For example, collector price listings show that a 2004 P dime in circulated grades might range from around $3 million for common circulated grades based on aggregated market data, while higher uncirculated examples can fetch $1 or more. These figures reflect the reality that although this coin holds interest and a collectible factor, it is still fundamentally a modern circulation issue and not a classic rarity at major auction levels. Nevertheless, there are exceptions where especially high-grade certified coins or specimens with exceptional eye appeal can reach higher realized prices in specialist auctions, particularly when offered as part of a graded set or in a registry set competition. The market continues to be shaped by collector interest and the overall condition census for this year and mint mark combination. For collectors looking to add the 2004 P Canadian 10-cent to their holdings, the most important considerations involve condition, authenticity, and documentation. First, evaluating the grade of the coin is critical because coins in very fine or better condition carry significantly more numismatic appeal than heavily worn pieces. It is advisable to seek coins that have clear details on both obverse and reverse surfaces, and to consider professional grading from recognized services for high-grade specimens. This can protect your investment and provide assurance of quality when buying or selling. Also, consult multiple market sources such as online auction results, dealer price guides, and collector forums to get a sense of current market trends. There is no substitute for seeing actual recent sale prices to understand where value levels stand and how they have shifted over time. Finally, stay informed about series-wide trends within Canadian dime collecting, because broader interests such as completion of year-by-year sets or focus on mint mark varieties can influence demand and value for particular coins over time. The 2004 Canadian 10-cent coin with the P mint mark in very fine condition represents a fascinating intersection of modern minting practice, historical significance, and everyday numismatic interest. This coin tells a story of change within the Royal Canadian Mint's production techniques and holds a distinct place in collections that emphasize year and mint mark completion. Its relative scarcity in higher grades and the consistent interest from collectors ensure that it continues to be a meaningful piece for those engaged in Canadian coin collecting. While it may not command the lofty auction prices of rarer historic coins, its value above face in today's market demonstrates that even modern circulation coins can have collectible worth with informed collecting strategies and careful attention to condition and documentation. Enthusiasts can confidently include the 2004 P dime in their numismatic journeys and appreciate the unique role this coin plays in Canada's rich coinage. Next up, the Canadian 10-cent coin from 2009 in very fine condition represents a fascinating piece of modern numismatic history and offers collectors an opportunity to own a coin that is both accessible and surprisingly valuable on the auction market. Although it is part of a relatively recent minting period, the 2009 10-cent coin has drawn attention due to subtle design nuances, limited production circumstances, and its appeal to collectors seeking a complete set of Canadian coinage from the early 21st century. In this video, we will explore the history, background, unique features, rarity, market value, and collecting tips for this remarkable coin. The history of the Canadian 10-cent coin is rich and dates back to the mid-19th century when Canada first issued its own decimal currency. The 2009 coin continues a long tradition of dimes that reflect Canadian culture, economy, and wildlife. The dime is composed primarily of nickel and features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, which has been a constant presence since her accession. This particular 2009 issue was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint under regular circulation standards, but it exhibits certain characteristics that distinguish it from other dimes in everyday use. The coin was produced during a period when Canada was commemorating several national events and refining the quality control processes at the Mint, which contributes to its collectible status. One of the most unique features of the 2009 Canadian 10-cent coin is the intricacy of its design and the precision of its minting. The obverse bears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, capturing both a contemporary likeness and traditional dignity. The reverse showcases the iconic Bluenose schooner, a symbol of Canadian maritime heritage and national pride. The details in the sails, waves, and rigging are sharper than in many previous issues, which makes coins in very fine condition particularly appealing to collectors. Additionally, the coin has a smooth reeded edge and a consistent luster that reflects careful handling and preservation. All of these elements combined give the 2009 dime a distinct aesthetic and numismatic significance. Rarity and collector demand for the 2009 Canadian 10-cent coin in very fine condition stem from its limited appearance in pristine or lightly circulated examples. Many coins from this year were spent and worn through daily transactions, leaving relatively few high-grade specimens available for serious collectors. The combination of a popular reverse design, the royal effigy, and the relatively low number of coins maintaining very fine condition contributes to its desirability. Auction houses and private sales have noted increased interest from both Canadian and international collectors seeking to fill gaps in their collections or to invest in coins that are likely to appreciate in value over time. The Bluenose design is particularly celebrated, which elevates the overall demand for the 2009 issue. In terms of current market value, the 2009 Canadian 10-cent coin in very fine condition can command significantly higher prices than standard circulated examples. While face value remains 10 cents, coins in very fine grade are often valued between $5 million at retail numismatic outlets depending on market conditions and collector interest. Exceptionally well-preserved coins with outstanding features may sell for even higher amounts in competitive auctions, making them an attractive addition for those looking to invest in modern Canadian coinage. The market remains dynamic, and coins that display minimal wear, clean surfaces, and strong design details tend to achieve premium prices consistently over time. For collectors seeking to acquire the 2009 Canadian 10-cent coin, there are several important considerations. First, maintaining proper handling practices is essential to preserve the coin's very fine condition. Avoiding exposure to moisture, contaminants, and abrasive surfaces will prevent additional wear or tarnish. Second, buying from reputable dealers or verified auction houses ensures authenticity and provides confidence in the coin's grade. Third, collectors should monitor market trends as supply and demand fluctuate, which can affect pricing. Understanding the historical context and the specific features that make this coin desirable can also help collectors make informed decisions and enhance the overall enjoyment of their numismatic pursuits. The Canadian 10-cent coin of 2009 in very fine condition represents a compelling intersection of history, artistry, and collectability. It offers a glimpse into modern Canadian coinage while honoring long-standing national symbols such as the Bluenose schooner and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Its rarity and high collector demand make it a valuable piece on the auction market and a worthy addition to any collection by appreciating the unique features and taking care to preserve the coins condition. Collectors can enjoy both the aesthetic and financial rewards that come with owning such a remarkable example of Canadian numismatic heritage. Next up, the Canadian 10-cent coin from 2012 is a fascinating piece in the world of numismatics and has captured the attention of collectors around the globe due to its unique characteristics and limited circulation. While at first glance it may seem like a typical dime from modern Canadian currency, the 2012 edition holds subtle features and minting quirks that make It stands out from its contemporaries. This video will explore the history of the coin, its distinctive features, its rarity, the auction market value, and practical tips for collectors seeking to add this coin to their collection. The history and background of the Canadian 10-cent coin trace back to its origins in the mid-19th century when Canada established its own currency system. The dime or 10-cent coin has always been an essential part of Canadian coinage, representing both utility and artistry. The 2012 dime was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, which is renowned for its high-quality craftsmanship. The coin features standard specifications of the series, yet subtle differences in minting errors and limited production runs have elevated certain 2012 dimes to collector status. The coin serves as a snapshot of modern Canadian monetary design while maintaining continuity with the classic dime appearance that Canadians have recognized for decades. The unique features of the 2012 Canadian 10-cent coin are subtle but noteworthy. The obverse showcases the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, a portrait that has appeared on Canadian coinage since 2003 and carries a modern minimalist elegance. The reverse retains the classic blue-nose schooner design, an iconic Canadian symbol first introduced in 1937. The 2012 edition is distinguished by certain minting variations, including slight differences in the rim thickness, the finish of the metal, and the precise alignment of the design. These features, although minor, are critical to collectors as they define the coin as a rarer variant within the standard circulation coins. The metal composition remains the traditional nickel-plated steel, which gives the coin its durability and characteristic appearance. The rarity and high demand for the 2012 Canadian dime in fine condition stem from a combination of production numbers and collector interest. Small errors during the minting process or limited circulation in certain regions have created coins that are sought after by enthusiasts. Numismatists value these coins because they represent a modern collectible that has the potential to appreciate in value over time. Unlike older coins, the 2012 dime is close enough to modern circulation that finding one in fine condition requires careful searching, and this scarcity drives its desirability in the collector community. Coins that show minimal will retain their original luster and details, which further increases their appeal in the market. The current auction market value of the 2012 Canadian 10-cent coin varies depending on its condition and rarity. Among coins graded as fine condition, the value can range from $1 million, with some exceptional specimens fetching higher prices at specialized auctions. Coins with minor minting anomalies or those certified by professional grading services can command premium prices in the collector's market. Compared to regular circulated coins, this significant difference between face value and auction value highlights the coin's appeal as a modern collectible investment. For collectors interested in acquiring the 2012 Canadian dime, it is important to pay attention to several factors. Careful inspection of the coin surface for wear marks and anomalies is essential. Collectors should seek coins with sharp detail, clear relief, and minimal abrasions. It is also advisable to purchase from reputable dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity. Proper storage in protective holders and avoiding exposure to moisture and chemicals will help maintain the coin's condition and preserve its value over time. Understanding market trends and recent auction results can provide insights into when and how to acquire these coins at a favorable price. The 2012 Canadian 10-cent coin in fine condition represents a remarkable opportunity for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Its combination of historical significance, modern design, subtle unique features, and growing rarity makes it a compelling addition to any coin collection. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a newcomer to coin collecting, the 2012 dime offers both aesthetic appeal and potential financial value. By studying its characteristics and carefully navigating the collector's market, it is possible to secure a coin that not only holds personal significance but also represents a sound collectible investment for the future. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Happy collecting!